श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्। श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः। श्रीमद्वरवरमुनये नमः। श्री Baladhanvi Gurave नमः. Namaskaram one and all, and welcome to yet another episode of Everyday Encounters with Emperuman, part of the Sri Shabdam series. Through the grace of our Aacharyan, this English series aims to reach the next generation of kids and non-Tamil speaking devotees, introducing them to Sri Vaishnava philosophy, all in small palatable sections with infographics and Devaganam. Devaganam is the musical rendition of Arvar Pasuram. Currently, it is being sung by STD Patashala students, which happens at the very end of every episode, and that Pasuram relates to some of the contents in the episode. As part of this series, we relate to Bhagavan Sriman Narayana through everyday things we see. We began with water, rain, and clouds, and then moved on to animals like elephants and lion. And in the past two episodes, we drew similarities between Sriman Narayana and the bull. Let's just quickly go through the summary of the past two episodes and move on to the next similarity between Emperuman and the bull. The first similarity is Sriman Narayana is the embodiment of Dharma. And hence he is called as Vrishabha because Vrisha indicates Dharma in Sanskrit. But Vrishabha also happens to be the Sanskrit term for bull. And hence both Sriman Narayana and the bull are referred using the term Vrishabha. That's the first comparison. The second one was drawn based on the Tamil word for bull, which is called as Mad. In general, Mad implies a being with a lack of knowledge. Emperuman, though omniscient, becomes non-cognizant of his devotees' mistakes, using them as a means to shower his compassion, and hence, in some way, he is also non-cognizant like Mad, and that's the second comparison. The third one, just as a bull has 4 feet, foot is called as charanam in Sanskrit, but charanam also means actions. So the bull has 4 feet. Similarly, Emperuman also performs 4 charanams, that is 4 actions, and they are creation, protection, destruction, and most importantly, granting liberation, which no one else can do. The fourth and the fifth similarity is, like a bull which depends on its owner, with devotion, Emperuman can be brought by his devotees and becomes totally dependent on them for his well-being. So, continuing with this analogy, let's move on to our sixth similarity. So, let's say a farmer brings a bull from the market and feeds it. Once the bull is nourished and cared for, it is expected to go into the field and work diligently for its owner. A bull, by its nature, ends up working for others. Similarly, Emperuman, that is Sriman Narayana, ends up working for the welfare of the others. Where can we see this? We can see it in all his creations. Let's just do a sample. Let's start with Sri Rama Avataram. As depicted in Sri Ramayanam, Sri Rama himself says to sage Vishwamitra in Balakandam, Imausma Muni Shardhula Kinkarau Samupasthitau Agnyapaya Munishreshta Shasanam Karavavakim. He is informing Vishwamitra, O tiger among sages, Muni Shardhula, Kimkarau imau, here are your attendants, sir, that is servants or slaves. Kinkaraha means, in fact, not even attendants, but more like slaves. Samupasthitau, available at your attendants right next to you. Shasanam karavavakim, what order is to be carried out further, O eminent saint? Agnyapaya, that you may order us, says Sri Rama, indicating that he is ready to follow the orders of his devotee, sage Vishwamitra. As per sage Vishwamitra's order is why Sri Rama slayed the demons who were hindering the sacrificial fire, and he also killed Tataka. Similarly, in Sri Krishna Avataram, we can observe the same. During his incarnation as Sri Krishna, he acted as a messenger, rode chariots for Arjuna, and even tended to the horses of Arjuna. These were considered low profile jobs in those days. He worked tirelessly for others to the extent that one might wonder what is that he hasn't done for his devotees. That's why it is said, Manusarkai Natil Pirandu Padadana Paduvadum Kanga. In fact, every incarnation he takes is for the benefit of his devotees, that is for us. Whether we are devotees or not, he descends to ascend us all. He even adorns a form for our sake. He carries a weapon only for our sake to protect his devotees. As quoted in Jitante Stotram, Nate Rupam Nachakaro Nayudhani Nachaspadam Tata Api Purushakaro Bhaktanam Tvam Prakata Sadha. The meaning is your form, your actions, your weapons, and abode are all for the sake of your devotees. And thus, you always manifest yourself as Purushakaro, for the benefit of your devotees. Not just incarnating, not just having a form or weapon for devotees' sake, but also tirelessly working for their welfare, as evidence in all these avataram. Even an example in Sri Kurma Avataram. He churned the Milky Ocean, becoming the giant turtle at the bottom, and taking another form atop to stabilize Mount Meru, providing indwelling energy to Devas and Asuras once they became tired, and procuring Amritam, the elixir. This tireless effort for others continues in other avatarams as Rama and Krishna that we witnessed earlier. Swamy Tiruppanalvar, in his work Amalanadipiran, celebrates this aspect of Sriman Narayana, stating that he is the one who is performing Gora Madhavam, not just simple penance Tavam, not just Madhavam, but Gora Madhavam to redeem us all, says Swami Deshikan. With this, we conclude our sixth similarity, which is a bull by its nature ends up working for others. Similarly, Yemperuman ends up working for the welfare of others. And celebrating this aspect, at the end of this episode, we will hear Pirandavarum Valarandavarum, a Thiruvaimozhi Pasuram, which celebrates Sri Krishna tirelessly working for his devotees, that is the Pancha Pandavas. In our next episode, let's dive into few more similarities between Yemperuman and Bull, starting with a job description that they both have in common. See you all in our next episode. Until then, Dhanyasmi Srimathae Raamanujaya Namaha.
பிறந்தவாரும் வளர்ந்தவாரும் பெரிய பாரதம் கை செய்தைவர்க்கு திறங்கள் காட்டியிட்டு செய்து போன மாயங்களும் பிறந்தவாரும் வளர்ந்தவாரும் பெரிய பாரதம் கை செய்தைவர்க்கு திறங்கள் காட்டியிட்டு செய்து போன மாயங்களும் நிறந்தனோடு பொக்கெனதாவியை நின்று நின்றொருக்கி உண்கின்ற இச்சிறந்தவர் சுடரே புன்னே என்று கொல் சேர்வதுவே நிறந்தனோடு பொக்கெனதாவியை நின்று நின்றொருக்கி உண்கின்ற இச்சிறந்தவான் சுடரே புன்னே என்று கொல் சேர்வதுவே என்று கொல் சேர்வதுவே ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.